Hey everyone, this is Rob over here at BuneBape, and I hope you're doing really well. Now today, of course, I'll be bringing you all another Valheim video. Now this time it's going to be on my perfect rendition of a plains base. If you've been playing the game for some time, then chances are you've run into the plains and you know exactly how annoying a lot of the mobs are. So this is my goal at some peace and quiet. So if you'd like some peace and quiet, this might be the perfect base concept for you. Chances are, if you have been roaming around in the plains or are trying to mine stone as fast as possible, you've seen these giant pylons. Now, luckily for you and I, these giant pylons you can actually build in, which is great and perfect because up here there is no enemies that can get to you. The only thing that might be able to come up here and attack you is the death skeetos. But luckily, if you end up building high enough, like at the very top of the pylon, then they actually can't aggro to you and there's no chance of them coming up, which is great because you'll finally get that peace and quiet and you can just hang out and craft without worrying about getting beat up by any of these mobs. So one thing I do have to mention is that this is definitely my design that I used for strictly design. There's not a lot of practicality in this build, so if you do end up liking this design and build a base out here similarly, then you're going to want to take into considerations the things you need, such as crafting benches and forges and all that good stuff. I definitely just wanted to make this look like a really cool base because this isn't my main base, so I just definitely went out of my way to add some extra little things for design, and I wanted to make sure you all knew that before you attempted this on your own. So with that being said, I really hope you all enjoy the design and enjoy the build and the concept. If you did, make sure to let me know by leaving it in the comments or liking the video. And if you want to see other builds like this or just other builds in general, you can also let me know in the comments and I'll definitely be hyped to take a look at them and potentially build them. So with that all being said, we're going to jump into the rest of the time lapse now. It's not all of it because it did take me quite some time, and at the end we'll come back and I'll talk about some of my design choices and what I ended up doing for the build. So thanks again and hope you enjoy. So here we are coming up on the end of the build. I'm going to take you on one last tour and show you how it is walking through it. And walking up these stairs, it's a little precarious, especially in the beginning, but I made it that way on purpose. So hopefully no enemies will be able to get up here, and luckily, fingers crossed, none have so far. But once you do get up a little bit, it turns into an actual walkway, and this first room, unfortunately I didn't get to film any of it because I actually lost the file, but you do get to see the finished product here, and I wanted to make it a really grand room. So you can see all the reinforced struts everywhere and all the hanging braziers. Yeah, I think it looks great, honestly. I really like all the woodwork, and this little area underneath the staircase I think is actually really practical, and I love it. It's something I would do, even especially if this was my main base. In the end, I decided to close up all the windows, or at least make them slatted in some regard, because there was a few Deathsquitos that did want to come up here and fight me while I was building, so I wanted to make sure that if I was relaxing, I wouldn't have that problem. I did the same thing here in the second room, and of course, obviously I live in a barn, which is why all these doors are open for no reason, but I wanted to make it more of a pass-through, walk-through area, like a lounge, with a really nice view and a wraparound deck. Of course, again, if this is something that you wanted to do as your own build idea, then you're definitely going to want to change this area to be more functional, maybe with a forge or a crafting bench or something more usable than just a sitting area. But as I said, this isn't my main base, so I just really wanted a cool area to look over the plains. And I think this looks great, especially at night here. I think everything looks really nice. I definitely like that I added all the additional reinforced wood, because this reinforced wood actually made it possible for me to use so much stone in this build, which without it definitely wouldn't have been possible. It would have been possible, but much smaller, and I don't think it would have looked nearly as good. Now, coming up here to the final building, I wanted it to be really open, so I knew this final building I wanted to be the bedroom, because up here there's no chance of Deathsquitos. I think this pass through going into the rock looks amazing. I got really lucky here while I was mining it, and especially with the hanging brazier that is inside of the rock, I think it looks really cool, and I'm really happy with the way it turned out. If you think so, make sure to leave a comment telling me so, and tell me any other builds you all would like to see in the upcoming future. And if you do want to see any more of that stuff, make sure to subscribe so you do get notified when that does go up. Now for the bedroom here, I wanted to make it really simple, just a really chill place to be if you know, you want to just hang out after, you know, fighting all the goblins and stuff in the plains. This is just a really chill spot that has really nice views, and I think the fireplace from the goblin encampment looks really nice from here. Overall, like I said, I'm really happy with the build, so I really hope you all enjoyed it and enjoyed the time lapse. Again, if there's anything else you'd want to see, or anything you liked or didn't like about the build, let me know, and I'll take that into consideration for the next build. So thank you all for watching. I really hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you all very soon.